Hey Rachel, are you really going to marry Leo?
Yeah, I am. Is there a problem?
No, nothing, but what are you marrying Leo for?
It's not that I'm marrying him for something. I just wanted to marry Leo because I loved him, and he proposed to me.
So you're saying it was Leo's fault for proposing?
What do you mean by Leo's fault? Us getting married was a decision we both made. Amy, are you against our marriage?
Of course. You're a daughter of a low-class family.
A low class? Is that what you think of me? But the last time we went to tell you we were getting married, you smiled, didn't you?
That smile didn't mean anything. I always thought you didn't deserve to be a part of our family. Because my grandpa is the chairman of the Blue Star Corporation, and my dad is the president. Simply put, we are a rich and elite family. Do you understand?
But I also got his father's permission to marry him. I thought everyone else in his family was welcoming me.
You are not welcome here. My husband Richard is a businessman who graduated from a well-known university, and our marriage was approved. I wish that rude, bottom-feeding poor women like you would just go away.
Am I not being polite? Amy, what about your attitude then? Look who's talking. At first, you were so nice to me.
What? You want me to be nice to you? That's ridiculous. If you're so frustrated, be someone who deserves to be treated kindly.
Amy, do you really think you're above me?
Huh? I'm an employee of the Blue Star Corporation. Of course, you know how competitive it is to become an employee at our company, right?
Oh, is that so?
You're marrying Leo for the money. Are you trying to play dumb? I knew it. You're a sneaky woman. Why didn't you just ask for the money? I can give you $1 or $2.
I am not marrying him for his money.
You're a liar. That's why you seduced Leo and went through the trouble of bringing him back to us, right? You really are a selfish woman. Leo is a pathetic man who has been fooled by you for so long. You may be able to fool Leo, but you can't fool me.
What? Do you think I brought Leo back here? What do you mean?
Because Leo was living in France, but he came back here, didn't he? Of course he came back to marry you. He had a job in France, but you put yourself first.
I'm telling you, getting married is a decision we both made. Living here was also a decision we both made.
You are the one who made him agree to that. I can't believe you would manipulate him just because you want to get your hands on Blue Star Corporation.
What do you want from me after all? Are you suggesting that I call off my marriage to Leo? But the wedding is tomorrow.
No, I don't want anything. It's just, Leo is at the mercy of a woman. I just wanted to let you know that I don't want a family relationship with a woman like you. You're lowering me and my family's reputation and status.
I see. Okay, I'll see you at the wedding.
Huh? Why are you ending this conversation? Hey!
Hey, Leo. What's going on with your sister? She has the worst personality in the world. What's with her?
Huh? What did Amy do?
She told me a lot of things, like how it's a shame to be related to me. I've been trying to let it go. I was about to snap this time, so now I'm not responding to her.
Well, I can kind of imagine. I'm sorry, my sister is out of control.
I hate to speak ill of your sister, but she really is. Maybe I'll reconsider working with Blue Star for a bit. Or maybe I won't marry you.
Hey, wait a minute. Please reconsider. I'll do anything.
You're panicking too much. This is a joke. I like you and your father. But isn't it a risk for Blue Star to have an employee like her?
Could you send me a screenshot of what she said to you via text?
I'll send that to you later. Will you take care of the situation?
I'll tell my dad and talk to him about it. My dad likes you. And most importantly, you're the president of an important business partner of his company. He shouldn't do anything to make your position worse.
Well, I'd appreciate it if he could do something about it. I can't stand to be related to a woman like her either. I'm always smiling and I'm always polite, but I'm just tired of it.
You're right. Sorry.
Why are you apologizing? I don't know if you're a wimp or what, but if you're like that, people are going to look down on you, okay? You're the next president, after all. You need to get a grip or you won't be able to serve as president. Blue Star is a huge company.
Well, I know that too.
Even Amy seemed to be looking down on you. Well, I can't speak for others, as I'm sure she's looking down on me as well. But I don't care about Amy anymore. That girl, I will never forgive her. She mocks me too much.
Oh, you are scary. Amy's in huge trouble now because she made you her enemy. But she's supposed to give a speech at the wedding.
What? You didn't tell me that.
I hope she doesn't do anything crazy.
Huh? That worries me. Hey, Amy. What was that speech about? You blathered on and on about me.
What are you talking about? That's all true. You come from a poor family. Your father was arrested for theft, and your mother left you. That's why you only have a middle school diploma and lived off of stolen food from the back of a restaurant, right? Everyone was stunned and got quiet.
My mother was not around already when I was little, and my father died of an illness. And it's not true that I only have a middle school diploma. Who told you that crap?
You don't have to pretend at this point. You were frustrated that the truth was exposed, weren't you? That's right. I'm sorry for exposing your educational background, even though it was your wedding speech. I couldn't stand the thought of a bottom feeder like you becoming my relative, so I had to.
I graduated from the same university in France as my husband. Who told you that I only have a middle school education?
Huh? I'm not sure. The same university? That's a lie, isn't it? You don't even speak French.
I can speak French just fine. Shall I call you now and prove it?
I don't have to check, though. I mean, is that true? Are you really a graduate from there? Leo also graduated from there.
That's where Leo and I met. Perhaps you didn't know that either. You didn't know what you were talking about, and you were making a big deal out of it, like an idiot.
Did you say I'm an idiot? Oh, wait. So the rest of the people knew about that then?
That Leo and I met there? Of course everyone knows that. I mean, Leo's best man also talked about it in his speech.
I wasn't listening to that at all. So I was saying incorrect information in my speech. That's why everyone was so quiet.
I have been humiliated by you. What are you going to do about it?
Well, since you graduated from a good university, I'd allow you to be a part of the family. Good for you.
I will do so even if you don't tell me to. Anyways, has your father or any of your relatives said anything to you?
What do you mean?
As you can imagine, I was disgusted by your attitude. So I made a complaint to your father, or rather to the president of Blue Star.
Complaint?
I told him that unless he fires you from this company, I cannot work with him.
Work? What? What are you talking about?
I am the president of GGMB Inc., which is working on a joint project with Blue Star.
What? The GGMB? No. That can't be true. It's a foreign-owned venture company that's rapidly growing within the industry, you know? Sure, there is a project going on with our company, but it can't be.
If you think I'm lying, why don't you ask someone around you?
I would have even if you didn't tell me to. It's a lie, of course. Hey, Leo, Rachel claims to be the president of GGMB. What a joke. I mean, is it true that she graduated from the same university as you? Maybe it's all a lie.
Rachel really is the president of GGMB.
Huh?
It's also true about the university. She had already established and managed GGMB when she was still in college. She was based in France at the time, but moved here upon graduation.
So, is she really the president?
Anyways, we talked it over with the family a while ago, and it was decided that you will be disowned. You will be fired from your job, of course, and from today on, you will be banned from our parents' house. The harassing texts you sent to Rachel, the false stories you told in your speech today, and on top of that, given all the insults to her, it's no surprise.
No, wait a minute. That is too much.
It's not too much. Accept it and reflect on it.
I'm saying, wait a minute. Aren't you on my side? You always disobeyed me, didn't you? What's with that attitude?
Yeah, I've always been a bit of a wimp, and I've always been at the mercy of others. But it's the end of that personality today. I will not forgive you.
What is that? What are you doing? Acting like a big shot now. It's you who will be disowned. You're useless.
If you have a problem with me, you can always come and tell me. My wife was mocked in public. I will never forgive you.
What's up with you all of a sudden?
Besides, I heard that Richard is also annoyed by your words and actions.
What? What do you mean?
He says he has something to tell you. Well, I guess that's definitely not good news for you.
What? No way. Do you mean divorce? That's not good. Hey, talk to Dad and Richard. Talk to them on your behalf. Please. I am not the one who should be abandoned like this.
No, I'm sorry, but I refuse.
Hey, wait! Please! You have to help me.
Well, well. Only incompetent people who have accomplished nothing want to be respected.
Later, Amy was told by her husband Richard that he wants to divorce. This left her without a job, a family, or a husband, and she was left alone all by herself. Wanting to hang on to the glamorous power of her family tree, she was still hanging around her parents' house and office after this incident. But she realized that no matter what she did, she would not be taken seriously or helped. She quietly left town and disappeared. It is unclear what she can do now that she has lost her corporate status. But she was working hard to find a new job. On one occasion, I saw her working as a receptionist in the office of one of my clients. She noticed me too and looked down awkwardly. When she found out that the company was related to mine, she apparently quit immediately. My presence must have been traumatic for her.
Hey, George. Hey, bunny. How's my wife doing today? I'm good. How's the business trip? Boring and businessy. How's my little champ getting on? Rex is good. He's joining Little League soon. So you'll be able to buy him that first pitching glove you've been dreaming about buying him for his birthday. Speaking of the little guy's birthday, my mom's been asking about it. She wants to hire a clown for the party. George, your mother. A clown? Rex is scared of clowns. Don't you think that's a bad idea? Yeah, but you know what my mom's like. She thinks fears are irrational and that children need to be exposed to their fears in order to get over them. I don't want my son's birthday party to traumatize him. If he's scared of clowns, that's not an irrational fear he needs to overcome. Plenty of people are scared of clowns. Heck, I'm kind of scared of clowns. Me too. So, did your mom force you to suffer clowns at your birthday parties growing up? Well, I didn't really have many birthday parties growing up, or is my parents' divorce. And then having to spend my birthday wondering where my dad was. So even if my mom can be a bit forceful, it's still sweet she wants to be involved with Rex's birthday party. She was a very distant mom. So I'm happy she's invested in Rex's life. But she shouldn't be overbearing. I mean, I'm happy that your mom wants to be involved with Rex, but she's not Rex's mother. I am. And I haven't had the easiest of relationships with Gwen. She's your mom, but she is a prickly character. I know she is. And you're going to hate what she's done next. What? Well, she's already hired caterers for the party. Caterers? It's not a wedding. This is a 6-year-old's birthday party. She told me she doesn't think having candy at the party sets a good example. Has she lost her mind? Of course there's going to be candy at Rex's party. He's going to be 6. She thinks that Rex... This is going to be hard for you to hear. She thinks that Rex needs hard for you to hear. George, tell me you're kidding. I'm not kidding. My mom's afraid that Rex will be bullied if he doesn't lose weight. that the other kids will pick on him. She thinks he eats too much fast food. So she's arranged to have caterers make these sandwiches that the kids can eat. They're all low fat. To be fair to my mom, they all sound delicious. Have you lost your mind, George? I'm not giving my 6-year-old son quinoa and a gluten-free sandwich on his birthday party. What are you going to say next? That Gwen's organized for a carrot cake to be delivered? Well, yeah. This is crazy. I'm making my son a chocolate cake. He asked for a chocolate cake, so that's what I'm making him. I'm not having caterers in my house. I can't believe you've entertained this madness, George. Has your mom got nothing better to do than plan my 5-year-old son's weight loss journey? Because loads of kids his age are carrying a little bit of excess weight. It's natural. Growing much yet. But he will, and when he does, he'll be absolutely fine. And Rex isn't getting picked on or bullied by any of the kids in school. Your mom needs to back off. I don't know what to do, Bunny. You know how she gets. Can't we just go along with it and still make the chocolate cake too? That way we can avoid a bunch of unnecessary drama. The last thing I want is for my wife and my mom to fall out over my son's birthday party. The two of you have been making some big strides in your relationship lately. Barely. She's still so dismissive of me, George. It's like I can never do anything to please her. Welcome to my life, Bunny. That's just the way my mom is hardwired. She says and does things without thinking. She's never had much of a filter. But honestly, her heart's in the right place. I wouldn't let her get so involved if I thought it wasn't. And besides, she did help us out a lot when Rex was born. Financially. We were in a bad place, Bunny. I'd just been laid off. You weren't working. Obviously, because you were pregnant. But we kinda owe her. So what, George? I'm supposed to let her do and say whatever she wants because she lent us some money 5 years ago? I think that debt's been repaid. Literally and metaphorically. I still think we owe her. And I disagree with you about letting her be involved in Rex's birthday party. And if she wants Rex to be healthier, then I'm all for it. You don't actually agree with her about Rex's weight, do you? It wouldn't hurt him to lose a couple of pounds. I know what you're really saying here, George. That you think I'm a bad mother. I never said that, and I don't think that. You think I'm trying to fatten up our child? I've never forced any kind of toxic expectations on my child. And frankly, I'm disgusted that you think that. I'm sorry, Bunny. But if you're going to tell my mom that she can't be involved in Rex's birthday party, you're going to have to tell her yourself. Okay, George. I will. Enjoy the rest of your trip. Goodbye. Hey, Gwen. Hello, Bunny. Preparations for Rex's big day progressing well, I take it? Yes, he's really looking forward to spending the day with his friends. And he's looking forward to his dad coming home for it. Yes, I've been meaning to talk to George about these business trips of his. It's not good for a son to have an absent father. George should know that better than anyone. I'm surprised his father even remembered when his birthday was. He was such a painfully arrogant man. Yeah, it sounds like George had a tough childhood. He's desperate for Rex to have a more enjoyable time at his birthday parties. Which brings me on to Rex's party. George tells me you want to hire a clown? Yes, I know a wonderful clown. He's an old friend of mine. His name is John. John? John the clown? Yes. Does that ring any alarm bells for you at all? Oh, come on. Poor John. His business has never really been a success because of the associations with that monster John Wayne Gacy. But it's not his fault he's called John. It shouldn't detract from his ability to perform. He's a remarkable clown. Even so, You do realize that Rex is terrified of clowns. He hates going to the carnival because there might be a clown there. That is precisely the reason why I believe that employing a clown to perform at Rex's party would help cure him of this phobia. If a child refuses to eat his fruit or his vegetables, you don't stop feeding your child fruits and vegetables. Or have you? What's that supposed to mean? It means that it wouldn't hurt for Rex to try new things. Like what? A carrot cake? So George told you about my plan for catering? Yes, he told me. It is madness, Gwen. This is going to be a birthday party for a 6-year-old. I'm not going to have Rex run the clown's performance before finding consolation in a slice of carrot cake. That actually sounds traumatizing for a child. It's supposed to be fun. Rex is overweight, Bunny. He indulges in bad habits and you let him. But it's not surprising you've set a bad example. Again, Gwen, what is that supposed to mean? Please elaborate. Well, you're not exactly a beacon of health yourself. You've let yourself go since you gave birth, Bunny. Just because George is afraid to tell you, it doesn't mean it's not true. Have you lost your mind? No, I have not. I've suffered your insults and your manipulative comments for long enough. How dare you suggest that I set a bad example for my child? How dare you suggest I need to lose weight? That my son needs to lose weight? I'm a great mom. I love my child unconditionally. And if we're going to get personal, I don't believe I can say the same thing about you. Are you saying I don't love George? I'm saying that the reason why George had a miserable childhood wasn't solely down to his father. I would wager that it had a lot to do with your mothering. You would wager, would you? I don't recall you being present during George's childhood. It wasn't easy being a single mother, Bunny. He was a terrible person. I won't bore you with the details of his monstrosity, not that you'd have much sympathy anyway. You were brought up with a silver spoon in your mouth. But that's not the reality for a lot of mothers. I had to struggle to provide for my son, and you are forgetting that it was I who helped you financially in your time of need. Without the money I lent you when George was laid off, you would have been homeless. I do remember how you helped us out, Gwen, and we will be eternally grateful to you for that. But I'm not going to spend the rest of my life feeling like I owe you my life. And when it comes to my son's upbringing, leave to me. I'm his mother. I'm not saying you can't see your grandson, but you're being too invasive, and you're being so rude. So I'm going to draw a line in the sand here. You need to cancel the caterers. And you're going to need to tell John the Clown that he can't perform at this birthday party. And that is final. Okay, Bunny. You're right. You are his mother. You make the calls. However, I'm his grandmother, and he will be a very sad boy if I am not there at his birthday party. Are you saying you won't come if you don't get your way? I'm saying that I'm not going to go to a birthday party where the kids have free reign to do whatever they want to do. There need to be some rules. Kids need boundaries. You are setting a dangerous precedent here, Bunny, and I'm not going to be present for that. You are so selfish. And what precedent is that exactly? Letting your child eat candy on his birthday? Wow. I must be a terrible mom. Give me a break, Gwen. I know your heart is in the right place, but that is one cold heart. If you change your mind, you are always welcome at the party. Goodbye, Bunny. I'll be having words with George about this. Feel free. George is welcome to uninvite himself too. Now who's being the callous one? Bunny? Yes? Is this my unsupportive husband speaking? Oh, come on, Bunny. What's gotten into you? I just got off the phone with my mom. She's beside herself. She's so upset. What's gotten into me? Am I the only person who hasn't lost their mind? Did your mom tell you what she said to me? Yeah. She didn't tell me anything that I didn't already know, but she did tell me that you called her a bad mother. That you said that my childhood was miserable because of her, and that's not true, Bunny. Is it not? George, you never tell me anything about your childhood that isn't miserable. You told me that on your 12th birthday, your mom made you cook dinner for her. That's astonishingly miserable in my book. She wanted me to learn how to cook. And my mom wasn't around much when I was a child. So I needed to look after myself. Exactly, George. Your mom wasn't around much when you were a child. Isn't that sad? She didn't have much of a choice, Bunny. My father was not a good person. When my mom finally built up the courage to divorce him, she took me across the country with her. She had to uproot our entire lives just to keep us safe. And not only that, she had to work full time to keep a roof over our heads. My mom wasn't always rich. She didn't always have money. She struggled for a lot of my life. And I've never questioned her decisions. Not once. She might not be the most sweet-natured person in the world, but I've said it 1,000 times before and I'll say it again. She's a good person. She loves Rex. One of the reasons she's being so intrusive with Rex is because she was so absent when I was a boy. I think, in her own way, she's trying to make up for it. I get it, George. And I'm sorry. I don't think your mom is a bad person. I've never thought that. And I'm sorry I jumped to conclusions about your childhood. But that doesn't change the fact that I'm not going to change the way I bring Rex up. Your mother's decisions when she was in my position are very different from mine. We're different people. That doesn't make either one of us wrong or our values wrong. It just means that I'm leading a different life to her with a different style of motherhood, and that's my decision to make. As Rex's mom, I want your mom to be there at Rex's birthday party, George. My parents aren't here anymore, and it's important for Rex to have a grandparent. But I want Gwen to be there on my terms. She needs to soften her stance a little bit. Enough with the weight comments. Enough with the getting over it attitude. My son doesn't need caterers at his birthday party. And he certainly doesn't need to be terrified out of his wits by some clown. But he does need his grandmother there. So, I'll suggest a compromise. She can bring a carrot cake to the party that she made, and if any one of the children wants to try it, that's up to them. But this party will not be a candy-free zone. Far from it. There's going to be a piñata full of candy. And that's the last I'm going to talk about it. Oh, and George? Yeah? You can tell your mother the news. I'm not going to talk to that woman any more than I need to. And she's going to have to apologize about the weight comments. I can't promise she'll apologize, but I'll let her know about your compromise. And thank you, Bunny. You're an amazing mother, and I'm so proud of you every day. I'm sorry you've had to go through this with my mom. I just want the two of you to get along. George, it's the biggest cliche out there to not get along with your stepmom. But you were right earlier. We are making progress. And this has been a very important part of that progress. At some point, we're both going to have to put our foot down about what we think is right for our own child. You're right, Bunny. I love you, and I'll see you soon. Thankfully, the compromise worked, and Gwen came to Rex's birthday party after all. Not only that, she brought with her a carrot cake with chocolate frosting on top. The cake was not only well received by the children, but I had a slice and it actually wasn't that bad after all. As for Rex, he had the best party a boy could ask for. Gwen would not stop smiling for the whole day. Maybe I was wrong about her after all.